Officer Orange, head engineer of the fortress reporting in. What can I do for you today? Well, we've gotten word that the droids are on their way. Luckily, we got a bit of a heads up, so we've got like a week. I was just wondering, what kind of defenses could you set up for us in those times? Well, we could build E-web turrets, AV cannons, particle turrets, mortars, even ATTE turrets if we really wanted just those. I don't know, pick your poison, sir. Could I get everything? Yeah, why'd you say it so weird? I don't know, man, it sounded cool. I wanted everything. I didn't think that was possible. I thought it would be like cool for like a clone commander to like order everything, but no, apparently that happens all the time. Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. It's just not that tall of an order. We hear it all the time. Fine, whatever. Give me everything. Deploy everything. Get every siege weapon. Go away. Stupid. Yo, what's going on, gamers? It's me, Daily Tactics here, and today we are back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod. I was working on Rico's Brigade today, but it felt too rushed, and I just wasn't happy with the story, so I put it on hold, and we will return with Rico's Brigade next week. I am very sorry that there won't be Rico's Brigade this week, but this week we do have a banger of a battle today that I was vibing with, where we have this massive battle droid army invasion force about to steamroll through the jungle and attack the clone trooper army. And the Republic has put out all the stops to stop the droid army. This is an insane defense. We have every single available Republic defensive weapon, every siege weapon. So we have these massive chain gun turrets, we have the Republic anti-tank turrets, we have E-web turrets, we have Mark IV repeater turrets, we have mortars, we have particle turrets, and we have AV-7 cannons and AV-6 cannons. I don't know the difference between the two, but apparently there is one. On top of that, we just have a boatload of clone troopers here ready to defend. Oh, and then we also have the sky turrets up here. So every single turret slash defensive weapon that was marked in the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod as Republic is deployed on the field right now. Oh, and these ATTE static cannons. I forgot about these boys. Yeah, they're in there too. So pretty cool. I like it. I dig it. Should be an absolutely insane defense here with all this weaponry. So guys, without further ado, we'll get right on into it. Please be sure to hit the like button. It helps out with the channel a ton. Let's try and get 1,500 likes in the first 24 hours if possible. Subscribe if you feel like I've earned your subscription today. It would mean a lot to me. Trying to get to 250 by the end of the year. Could be possible, could be cool if we do that. And comment down below any video suggestions and if you're hyped for Rico's Brigade next week. Either way, guys, let's get right on into it here. Okay, gamers, so let's go ahead and press start right about now, and the battle droid army should begin its movement forward, and that it is. And the clones almost immediately start firing. They do not let those droids get very far in the forest before starting to pepper them with some fire, and it looks like only the clones are firing right now, actually. The droids have to disembark since they brought all of their infantry inside of these infantry carriers, so the droids are disembarking before they're able to actually get any shots off. So the clones basically got free reign on the battlefield for a few seconds there. However, now we are seeing some red laser fire coming in, which marks the entrance of the battle droid infantry onto the battlefield. So things are about to get a little bit harder for the clones, to say the very least. The free roaming troopers are actually marching into the droid fire here, going forward instead of going backwards. Usually the free roaming troopers tend to be a bit more retreat heavy than attack heavy, but that's not the case today. Not so. Not the case at all. In fact, they're marching on forward into the fray, firing as they go, being the beautiful soldiers that they are. Ooh, some droid rocket shots coming in and hitting the defenses. Doesn't seem like it really connected with any troopers there, though. But I like the effort. It was a solid try, whoever did that. Oh, and on the next one, they do connect, and that wiped out like the entire squad of clones using that cover and a turret. Whoa, that was devastating. And now the free roaming troopers, after seeing what just happened to their brothers, are retreating backwards, and AAT tanks are giving chase to them. This is sort of like the preliminary defensive position here at the start of the battle, and there is plenty of room to fall back to, but I mean, it is shocking how quickly this defensive position is crumbling and how quickly the clone trooper defenders are choosing to retreat backwards instead of holding their ground, and I don't blame them in the slightest. I really don't. This is an absolutely brutal battlefield right now, and I think the clones should back it up. At the very least, this is buying the clone trooper army a little bit of time. It is doing damage to the droid army. We see at least 2 AATs have already been destroyed due to rocket fire, and that one is very damaged after taking a full-on rocket to the face right there. So at the very least, the clones at the preliminary defenses are doing some damage. Not to mention the artillery and mortars back here, and some of the small arms actually are managing to get shots in and cover the retreating clone troopers from the back line. So that's not bad at all. I mean, they're helping out from the back. The artillery is probably having a field day right now because it's able to fire out as much as it wants from a very, very safe distance away. They are not taking any heat at the moment in the slightest, so it's a pretty good gig if you're a backline's clone trooper right now. Not bad at all. And I think some of the retreating troopers are actually making it back here too, so that's not bad either. Actually, a couple of droid AAT shots do end up connecting with the outside defenses here of the fortress, killing just a couple, not too bad. If an AAT shot like right here or like right here, all of these troopers would have died. All of these troopers would have died. In fact, there's still time for AATs to do that, so all of these troopers could still potentially die from overstacking their defensive positions here. And a lot of these are free roaming troopers. I mean, I did put a lot of troopers on these outside barricades, but not this many. Like, I would say probably half of these guys are free roaming troopers, so a lot of them could back up and retreat and go to different areas instead of overpopulating these defensive positions and allowing the droids to really roll through them. But at the moment, the droids are kind of playing catch-up right now. They are pretty far behind. Some Super Val droids marching forward and beginning to get some shots off, but there are not a lot of droids super far forward. Most of the infantry, in fact, is way back here in the jungle. Yeah, a ton of the battle droid infantry hasn't even made it to the preliminary clone defenses here. Only the vehicles of the battle droid army have made it this far, and the Super Battle droids. So there's still a lot of droid arsenal right now that's being underutilized. One AAT does end up going down right there. I don't know how many that leaves. This one's dead over here. I don't really see any more, actually, if we're being completely honest. I mean, the jungle is very, very populated. Oh, there's one. That one's alive. Yeah, the jungle's very populated, so it is very difficult to actually see where the AATs are alive. But at the very least, the clones have destroyed many, many of them. Well, now the battle droid infantry is coming pretty far forward, and it looks like they are starting to get some shots on the clone trooper defenses back here. Clone trooper defenses really only being susceptible to sniper fire at this very moment, I would say, and they really are only able to get out sniper fire and some of their more long-range weapons because the rest of them just don't have the range on their guns. It's a simple and sad fact. Alright, let's go bump it up a speed here and see how the battle droid army does under a little bit more pressure. Yeah, they're coming forward. It might be another few seconds here before they really get into these defensive positions and are able to fully fire at the clone trooper defenders, but the clone trooper defenders are wasting no time at firing at those boys. Really laying it on thick with a lot of incoming fire. Oh, but a couple clones are getting sniped by some distant droid snipers who are hiding within the trees, getting some pot shots on these clones, and the clones are very easy targets. Like I was criticizing them for before, they have overpopulated these trenches big time. These are absurdly populated trenches that have no business surviving at the moment and need to be reevaluated, honestly. Oop, accidentally messed up the angle of the battle right there, but we are back and better than ever, baby. There we go. This guy back here has no gun. Oh, there we go. He just picked up his weapon. Good. We need you firing. We need you firing, Chief. Love to see it. Look at this. Look at this wrecking ball of incoming clone trooper fire. It's like a well-oiled machine. All pistons are firing currently from this clone trooper defense. If I was a droid, I'd be trembling. I'd be trembling in my circuits. My little metal pants would be wetting themselves with oil. I'd be terrified, man. I'd be quaking. You get my little droid booties quaking. I wouldn't be into it, boys. I would not be into it at all. However, there are still an extreme amount of droids here. If we actually highlight them all, look at all these troopers. Look at all of them. The jungle's absolutely populated. And I think we will start squatting up the attackers right now. I started squatting up the attackers I can't talk. Attackers earlier and earlier in these videos because I think it makes the battle a little bit more interesting seeing squad fighting instead of solo fighting. Solo fighting, it's fun for the very beginning because, I mean, everyone's already so amassed, and so you see some cool Ramboing. But as the battle starts to slow down and people start splitting up, I think it's more fun to see droids fighting more in squads than as solo units. So I think it's kind of a good thing, to be completely honest, to squad them up. It makes it a little bit more interesting and makes the battle a little bit more versatile. You know, they try things that they wouldn't normally try if they were soloing, but they will try as a full squad. It makes the attackers a little bit more confident, and I like that. I think it makes it a little bit better. I think most people would agree with me on that, to be honest. I see it commented a lot in the comment section, so I'm glad you guys feel the same way. Either way, the droids are perching up on this little hill. They're perching. These little boys are perching. Percha. And they're getting some good shots off. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of the snipers back here. Meanwhile, some of the E5 troopers and shotgun units and things like that are farther forward. So this is like the sniper's den at the moment. And it's a great advantage position. I mean, they are hovering just above the clones here. So got a little bit of an angle on them. Whoa! Okay, in recent times, the clones have been taking far more damage than before. I did not see this at all. We were watching the droid snipers, but it seems like those snipers did some serious damage, and that AAT tank is doing some serious damage, peppering the clone lines with a whole lot of fire and wiping out many a Phase 2 shiny clone trooper here. This is no bueno. This is no good at all. We need those AV cannons to be firing a little bit more here. In fact, are they firing at all? Let's check out the damage report. Yep, they're firing. That one's got 100 kills. Holy cow. These particle turrets aren't doing nearly as well. This one's got 13 kills, and this one's got 5. This AV cannon's only got 1 kill. So really, it's only this AV cannon over here that's really doing any damage at all. Meanwhile, the other turrets aren't doing anything. But that one AV cannon is doing enough for all of them, basically. That one's carrying their whole weight. The whole weight. How's its back feeling after carrying these guys so hard? Huh. This AT, no, not AT. AAT is just taunting these boys. This tank is just circling the defensive positions, taunting the defenders. We did see a bazooka shot come out of the defensive positions trying to hit this thing, but it sadly missed. I think it's actually targeting the AV cannon, but failing to do so. That was a big miss from the AAT right there. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Ah. Oh. Liquid gold. Delicious agua. Agua of the gods. That's all water, really. Except for Dasani. Boo. All my homies hate Dasani. It tastes like salt. It's gross. They put like chemicals in it. Dasani's so bad for you too. Bad water. Bad water. Yeah, be a Hydro homie, boys. Come on. Come on. I want to see some more Hydro homies in the chat. Can we get some hashtag Hydro homie going? Alright, this thing is gearing up to fire at that gunner, and it does fire at that gunner, using its machine gun turret to do it, and then it just finished it off with a big old blast from the main cannon there, crippling the AV gun. Yikes! That was well played by the AAT. I mean, it could have done it like 2 minutes ago, but it took its sweet time, didn't it? Alright, let's go full-on normal speed now. Full-on normal speed time. We've spent enough time in slow motion. I think it's time to get the action really, really grooving. I wouldn't exactly call this a defensive piece of cover, because really the only thing that you're covered by is this tiny little pole. This itty-bitty little pole is just covering like their groin area. So like props to them, you know. Keep it clean down there, but god dang guys, maybe maybe go up to this cover or choose any other piece of cover. It just seems a little inefficient. That's all I'm saying. It does seem a little bit inefficient. Ooh, some rocket troopers actually nailing the clone defensive lines now. That's a little surprising. This particle turret ended up dying. This one's still alive, and this AV cannon is still alive, but this was the kind of disappointment AV cannon. You know? This one was the real Chad. That one was the alpha. And look what got destroyed. The tiny groin cover got destroyed. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys about the groin cover? The groin cover. The groin cover. God, I can't talk today. I feel like I'm getting worse at talking. The more more time I spend in quarantine, the less I'm actually able to like do comprehensive conversation with people. And my speech habits have just gone down the drain, dude. It's so bad. It's rough. It is rough. Either way, the droids are still blitzing on through. The infantry taking some serious losses here, though. I mean, every step they take a bunch of kills from the incoming clone fire. But all these explosions are actually knocking down trees and making them into cover for the droids. That is actually pretty helpful for them. Gives them a brief respite from the constant clone bombardment, being able to hide behind these trees and things like that. That ain't bad at all, Chief. Looks like this particle turret ended up dying, and it's all up to this AV cannon right here to do some main explosions. Oh no, the ATTE cannon's still alive on the ground. I forgot about this thing. It's Pog. How many kills has it got? None. Okay, it's useless. Okay, it's not really doing all that much. You hate to see it, Chief. You just do hate to see it. It seems like there are some battle droids coming up on the left here and actually making it into the clone defenses, or at least just before the clone defenses here, and they're getting some nice shots off at some of these free roaming clones over this way. Oh, there's actually a whole bunch of clones staffing these left side defensive positions. That's not bad. Alright, I thought the outside defenses were basically completely toasted, but no, there's actually still some good infantry over there, and some free-roaming infantry over this way that's managing to get some good shots off and things like that. Not to mention the AV cannon. The AV cannon could be the saving grace of this whole thing. I'd actually like to check and see how many kills the mortars got before they died. This one got 11, and this one's dead, so we can't check. Probably close to the same, I'd assume, unless it got a little bit luckier. Mortars, if they're in the game for a very long time, can be one of the most powerful units a defensive position can have at its disposal. However, if they go down early, they can be a massive letdown, especially if the defenses were sort of relying on them. Luckily, in this case, the defenses certainly weren't relying on them. I mean, they have so many other cannons that have, you know, really good range, really good explosive power that basically can replace mortars if need be. So they weren't super heavily relied on, but they could have done a little bit better. They definitely could have done a little bit better. Alright, the droids are sort of down to their final units here. All the vehicles back here are just these transporters and some MTTs, which are essentially useless late into the game too. So it's really up to the droid infantry. There's also an AAT back here, but it is not focusing. I'll bring the AAT back here as a gift to the droids. I will order it to come back. It might actually be stuck. It might be stuck, so I guess that gift will not be coming. My bad, droids. Alright, you're on your own, droid infantry. At least you got that nice tree cover. Bet you feel great about that, huh? Actually, some of these shots must be coming from these boys up here, I think. Judging from the angle, at the very least, right? Let's see. This one's got no kills and this one's got no kills. But what's the range on this thing? Oh, yeah. Oh, those are easily coming from that thing. Yeah, that thing has the range to hit these guys. That's actually insane. Those are super far away. In fact, if we look like right here, they're out of the fog of war, and if we go a little bit closer, they're in the fog of war. That's crazy. That is really far distance then. Holy cow. Alright, let's squad up the last of the droids. Well, re-squad up. They were all squatted up before, but so many probably died from each individual squad that they ended up getting unsquatted up because the squads were just in shambles. So we have re-squatted. In fact, a lot of the clone troopers here are so confident that they've shattered the droids that they're pushing right now. They are dying because of this kind of silly push. They should hold their positions. But it shows that the AI has confidence that they are going to win this battle. And I have every confidence that the clones are going to win at this point too. They have an AV cannon. They've got all of these troopers back here. They've got all these troopers here, all these troopers here, and all of these troopers here. And troopers here. And troopers here. Statistically, the clones cannot lose, you know? Oh, this thing ended up dying. What a pity. Oh, only had 0 kills. Could have done a lot better. Thing sucked. Alright, these guys are retreating now. No retreats. Keep fighting. Ooh, big particle turret hit right there on these droids. Oh, no good. No bueno at all. Oh, and there's another big AV cannon boomer. Why'd you throw a grenade right there? That confuses me. You're literally so far away from the enemy. Why'd you throw that grenade? That makes no sense. 0 sense was made on this day. Oh, the AAT gun, not gun, cannon or whatever. Tank. The AAT is back, baby. It's back and better than ever. And the particle turret is zoning in on it. Getting ready to take a nice little pot shot here. It's reloading, I think. I think that's the current problem. Oh! Might actually go for the infantry instead. Thought it'd be more valuable to go after the infantry. I don't think AV cannons are very good against AATs, to be honest. I don't think they're very good at all. They're mainly high explosive and not so much like penetrating. The particle turret's actually down. The AAT managed to rip through that thing and destroy it. Holy cow. But not before it decimated the last of their infantry. So there are 2 infantry troopers left and an AAT. That's it. That is all the droids have. 2 infantry and an AAT. Alright. I mean, shoot, there's so many rocket troopers back here. Should we just kill this thing? I don't think it can actually get into the fortress because it's all blocked. So I think the clones technically win anyway because this thing is literally stuck outside. So let's just formally end this thing by killing it with a anti-tank trooper. You get the good graces of the final kill here, buddy. Uh-oh, you might die. Oh no, he's fine for now. There's 2 hits into it. And can we see a third? No! How'd that go through it? What? Glitch. Glitch. There we go. And that's the big boomer. Big old boomer. Alright, I think there's 1 droid over here too. Where is he? Oh, yeah, there's those 2. The 2 final droids, and this guy gets both kills. There we go! The clone troopers win the day. The droids have a few troop transports, but that's all they got. That's all she wrote, baby. Let's check out the death toll. Absolutely insane. Wow, and most of these bodies are probably all deleted because the droid tanks ran over them or the explosions destroyed them. So this is only a portion of the deaths, but yeah, definitely only a portion. Lots of droid deaths, lots of clone deaths, lots of vehicle deaths for both sides. Absolutely insane numbers were done on this battlefield, but it was very cool. I enjoyed it greatly, and I hope you guys did as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to hit the like button. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.